Okay, welcome back to Eyes Open Media. So, the last couple of days, we've actually been having videos on this channel. I know it's my backup channel. I know it doesn't have as much viewers as the main channel, but I want to grow this channel as well. Okay, so I'm gonna do two videos today. The first one is middle class shrinks in 9 of 10 U.S. cities. Okay, so it's an article. Read the article, and then we'll talk about the things that are going on in America. Okay, and it's on an Iranian website, and they're telling I guess the Iranians and other people who look at their website like me that what's going on in America, because America is not going to tell the real story of what's going on in their country, and same thing in Iran. They're not going to tell Iranians what's really going on with the real statistical news. You're gonna have to get it from other countries that actually have people that tell them what's really going on. Okay. So with that being said, hopefully I can keep this up and continue to do videos. Please hit the subscribe button, and let's see if we can grow the channel to 1,000 subscribers, and then we'll go from there. Okay, the goal for a YouTuber is to get to 1,000, right? And then once he gets to 1,000 subscribers, he has to make a decision on what he wants to do with the channel. You know what I mean? Because now the channel has 1,000 people looking at it, so, or at least subscribe to it. So when we get to 1,000, we'll decide what we want to do and how I want to do it. For right now, we're just having fun. When I put up video, hope hey, that's a good day. You know what I mean? If I don't, then maybe the next day. Okay, so that's how we're doing it right now. Hopefully, I can continue doing videos per day on this channel. And I don't have my laptop hasn't come in yet. So when my laptop comes in and I'm doing those reports, then it might be a little bit difficult. Okay, but other than that, let's take a look at this article here. Middle class shrinks in 9 of 10 U.S. cities. Okay, it says new indications have appeared in the U.S. that show that the middle class in the world's largest economy is hollowing out. Now, remember, see, that's what I told you guys I'm gonna read it, but I'm also gonna stop and explain a lot of things, because remember when Obama took office and he promised to strengthen the middle class? That was his main goal, was to strengthen the middle class. His main goal wasn't LGBT. His main goal wasn't wasn't nothing but to strengthen the middle class with the chant "Yes, we can" and a change. But man, has he destroyed the middle class of America in the last 7.5 years, or about to be 7.5 years. Okay. So Obama has destroyed the middle class. He said he was going to strengthen the middle class. The rich are still not paying taxes. Big corporations are still not paying taxes. And when they do, they pay like 5%. Okay, the rich are still paying 10%, 13% taxes, while the middle class and the poor are paying 28 to 34%. Okay, and wow. Obama said he was going to take care of all of that. He said he was going to change all of that. He even said me and my family should pay more because we make a certain amount of money. And that didn't happen. Okay, the rich still got all the breaks, all the tax breaks, and the poor and the middle class are struggling to hang on to the American society. And so it's kind of disappointing, because here's a guy who came in and said that he was going to strengthen the middle class. That was his number one goal. And as soon as he took office, his number one goal became to fund and support the LGBT and nothing else. Forget the black neighborhoods. Forget where I come from. Forget everything. Forget the middle class. I want LGBT colors on my White House. I want the LGBT to be able to use any bathroom they want. I want I want all these LGBT laws implemented, and I want to go to all their banquets and fund all their events. And then people are saying, well, Obama, okay, so you're into this LGBT thing, and but you left out the people that you're a colored man, and you don't do nothing for the black community. They're still in the ghettos. They're still in the hoods. They don't have any schools. I mean, look at Detroit. Detroit is a mess. It's a nightmare. Okay, so I mean, what happened? You know what I mean? You're a colored man. You're mixed man, but you look colored. And you didn't help out. Look at Chicago's your own state is a war zone. Your own city is a war zone. So it's like, what happened? What happened was Obama came in thinking that he was going to have some type of power, and he realized right away that the president of the United States or any leader in any country has no power. They are only puppets to the elites. They are only puppets. So when he realized that, he was in big trouble. So they told him fund the LGBT agenda. Okay. And that's what he did. Okay. He didn't do nothing else. He didn't help no black people. He didn't do nothing. And now he's releasing all these criminals out of jail. Well, that's just going to make the crime rate go up. Okay. He's releasing people out of jail while he's bringing in illegals, refugees, they want to call them now. I told you they were going to change the names 6 months before they even changed the names. I told you they were going to change the names of refugees. Oh man, they were calling them something else. They were calling them illegals and all other stuff. And I said, watch out. They're gonna change the names of refugees so you guys can feel sorry for them, because saying refugees is more. I guess it touches people's heart more than illegal. Because when you're illegal, you don't want them. Hey man, get out! You're illegal. But if you change their names to refugees, then you feel more compassion about them. And that we said it. We said it 6 months before they started changing the name to refugees. We told you they were going to change the name to refugee. Oh boy. Oh man. It's really unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, Obama wasted 8 years in office. He could have done so much. But at the same time, I know where he's coming from, because he is a puppet. So I mean, he can he can do things here and there, like sign off some stuff for people that are in prison. He can do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but he can't do much, because if he goes over the edge and he wants to get black people out of hoods and build up libraries and schools and and transform ghettos and hoods into suburban areas, he would be dead. They would kill him instantly. So I understand. I understand where he's coming from, because he's a puppet. He can't really. He got to do what he's told. And when he tries to do other things, then he becomes JFK, and they get rid of him, right? Or he becomes Abraham Lincoln, and they get rid of him, right? So we know that he can only do so much, and it's still embarrassing. But at the same time, I understand, because they will get rid of him so fast if he wanted to raise up the ghettos and the hoods and the poor neighborhoods and fix them up and make America great again, because the elites do not want that at all. So they want everybody on government aid, and that's what happened under Obama. We got 100 million people on government aid now under Obama. So that's what they want. They want everybody on government. They want big government, small. And so when big government takes over, they're in charge. They tell you what to do. They tell you when to wake up. They tell you how to eat. They tell you what you can't and cannot do. So it becomes no longer democracy. It becomes a communist, socialist, communist country. And that's what they want here in America. And that's what they're going to get, because everybody is now depending on government for free stuff. And it's, so yeah, it's kind of sad, isn't it? But it is the way it is. And even when you warn people and you tell people and you try to teach people so many things, over the last 3, 4 years as we have, it's still it goes in one ear and out the other, and then you see them. You turn on your TV and you see the same people you were just talking to 3 years ago marching down the road for $15 an hour, and I'm like, I just told these people that it was a setup from the elites about $15 an hour, and now you see it is a setup because now they're putting kiosks in Wendy's and McDonald's and Burger King, and they're firing everybody from McDonald's and Taco Bell and Burger King and Wendy's, and they're putting robot machines in there as they raise the rate to $15 an hour. So you were deceived and you were set up, and I tried to warn people about that, but people don't want to listen to me. People don't want who am I? What I mean? So people take me as a joke, but at the same time, you come back 3 years later, and here we are. I mean, 99, almost 90 to 99% of the things we talked about the last 3 years are coming to pass right now. So, I mean, people can continue to sleep on us, but we know what we're talking about. But it is what it is. Um, so it says here that the report from the center shows that a widening wealth gap is moving more households into either higher or lower income groups in major metro areas, with fewer remaining in middle class. Okay, so like they said before, Obama said that he was going to strengthen the middle class and close the gap between rich and poor. But as you see here in this report, and the gap has widened to rich and poor, and there's barely any middle class left. They're foreclosing on housing and they're losing their jobs and things of that nature at a rapid pace. So in the next few years here, there's going to be rich and there's going to be poor. Okay, so there's really going to be no middle class any longer. They're dying. The middle class is dying out. You're either rich or you're poor in America now. We still got maybe another year or two where we'll definitely see a big gap in between rich and poor. Um, so let's see here. It says that that's up from a fewer than 10% of metro areas in 2000. Okay, so it's a 10% rise since 2000. Okay, so remember, and that was George Bush. Yeah, so Obama's up 10% on that already. So okay, and that sharp shift reflects on border erosion that occurred from 2000 through 2014. Yeah, another reason why is because the borders are open, and so you got illegals coming through, you got refugees now coming through, you got ISIS that coming through. You got all types of terrorist groups that are now just walking through America because Obama refuses to close the borders. So now all these terrorist groups are now in America, and they're just setting up shop, and they're gonna wait on Obama or the elites or whatever to give the signal to start doing the things that they want to do in America. All right, so and that's one of the reasons why people were so irate with the borders. They were like, "Close the damn borders," and Obama was like, "I'm not closing the borders." And he even went to Texas to demand the governor to not close those borders. Because he wants the illegals and he wants the refugees in America. And he wants ISIS and Daesh in America. He wants terrorists in America. And that's what he got. Okay, so they're all flooding into America because America's wide open. And we're not supposed to be. We're supposed to have borders. Every country is supposed to be able to protect themselves with borders. And you're supposed to be able to get into the country the legal way, not the illegal way, not just walking through, But so it's pretty crazy what's been going on. So it says many experts warn that widening income inequality may slow economic growth and make social mobility more difficult. Okay. So it says the research has found that compared with children in more economically mixed communities, children raised in predominantly lower income neighborhoods are less likely to reach the middle class. Middle class adults now make up less than half the population in cities as New York, Los Angeles, Boston, and Houston. Okay, so they're saying that America is in basically they're saying America's in big trouble here. The middle class is shrinking and it's going away, and it's gonna just be rich and poor. Okay, but remember, in Revelations it says the rich and poor take the mark of the beast. So you know what I mean. So it doesn't matter. So they didn't even say middle class in Revelation. So Revelations is telling us that there's not going to be a middle class. Okay, because he says he the man of sin, which is the Antichrist, makes anybody who is rich or poor take the mark of the beast. So it didn't say middle class, poor, middle, or rich. It said rich or poor. So that tells us that there's not going to be a middle class here soon. So that's it for me. Eyes open.